Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've just to show you a bit more about the $88 Bunnings spit. I've got some fire lighters, they've just extinguished and the heat beads are lighting up. So you don't get the grate that's in the bottom with the spit. That's something I purchased on its own to protect the bottom. You get the motor, you get the tub, and you get the legs. Now the reason I've put the grate in the bottom is because it's only 3mm thick. Now I believe that the spit will last quite a long time with this grate in the bottom because you're keeping the fire off the bottom. I'm about to put a boneless leg of pork on the spit. I'm just waiting for the heat beads to fire up, and I will continue in about 20 minutes or so. Now before you put the meat on the stick, I recommend you actually place the stick in its position and you set your spikes. Now the one I'm touching now doesn't really matter. You can turn it on to rotate it. It gives you a rough idea, you know. But this one here that I'm touching now is the most important because that's going to be where your fire is. Now the meat actually slides right up to there. Then you have the counterweight. It's fully adjustable and it stops any backlash on the spit itself. Okay, so here's our piece of pork. We're going to be cooking that on the spit. There is cooking instructions on the spit itself. It's an Australian pork leg roast. Cost you about $20.88. When you cut the pork, just make sure you don't cut any of the string off the meat itself because that is your friend while it's on the fire. It keeps everything together, if you know what I mean. Peel the meat out carefully. Throw the pad out. Okay, now take your first spike off. Aim for the center of the piece of meat. You can even turn it on its side and hold it down just to round it up a bit. It goes through pretty easy. There's not much force required. Now I lay it down on its side, as you can see. Bring it all the way to the end of the spike. Like that. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's throw it on the spit. Okay, and here we go. The boneless leg of pork's been on for roughly 15 minutes and we're well underway to cooking it. Now the battery units lasted me 4 spits. We're on the 4th run now. Beautiful crackling happening, bloody beautiful. The good thing about this unit, you don't have to watch anything. It just does it on its own, so you can kick back, relax, have a drink. The other thing I believe you should purchase are these meat thermometers, because there's 2 ways of doing a spit. You can actually shave the meat off as you go and put it back on and cook the rest, or you can try and cook it in one hit. I bought these little thermometers from Bunnings. They are a spike thermometer. You spike your meat, it tells you the temperature range down to the center. 67 to 72 degrees is what you're aiming for. 3 hours up to this point. And here's a nice piece of pork, as you can see, cooked beautiful. I've had not 1 second of looking at it, just let it go on its own, and batteries are still firing. Okay, so we're going to do a temperature check. If you remember what I was telling you about it, these little guys here are great help for helping you find if the meat's cooked or not. So we turn the spit off, and we'll stab the meat, and we wait for the temperature, and it is cooked. Absolutely bloody beautiful. These little thermometers are a genius idea. Switch the spit back on. Final result, crackling's been peeled off 3 hours later. The fire's dwelled down. And that's the $88 Bunnings spit.